One of my favorite things about doing these recordings at the house is that the dog's going to be here. And it's Ellie's birthday today. She's 12 today. All right, right, I know, that's true, right? That's true. And so we've been having a big day. She had a fried egg for breakfast, and she's gone on a couple walks today, and it's been a whole lot of fun. But I love the fact that they're both around here. Ladybird is right down here. Ladybird is down here too. So, they're both around all the time. So I love that they get to be here when we're making these fun videos. So they say hi to everybody. So, all right, you guys go play while Dad makes some pretty stuff. All right, so we are on part 2 of our Orange Ilex from Sun Valley. And again, I got an email the other day from Sun Valley about the 3 colors of Orange Ilex that they have. So they have one that's kind of a mellow yellow, they have one that's a brighter orange, and they have one that's a dark orange. And so my friend Jenny sent me all 3 kinds of them, and then sent me some flowers too. And so in our first one, we made callus in a beautiful little arrangement like this in a lily bowl. Okay, so if you want to check that out in another video, you can do that. And so this one we are going to do with some beautiful ranunculus. Okay, they sent me some ranunculus that are out of this world, and we're going to use some of the mellow yellow with those. Now I've got a couple different sizes. You can see how this one's a little bit shorter, this one's a little bit taller, and I'm going to use a little bit of both of them. And again, we're using our tools today. I have my orange bypass cutter and my compact pruner from our friends at Dram, okay, because they match the Ilex. So we're going to start with these, and they're packaged wonderfully. They came in the box. They were absolutely gorgeous. I cut them, put them in water the other day, and now we're going to open them up. I try to leave the cellophane around them a little bit because you're going to have a few little berries that you're going to catch. And so it's good because you can catch them inside here. I don't want them rolling around the house. I don't want the dogs getting into them, although bears and birds just love the Ilex berries. Or so Lane tells me. So I love that. So we've got some smaller and shorter ones of this, and we're going to use some small ones and we're going to use some tall ones. And the reason that I do that is because we want to create a structure inside this vase. Now look, we're using a narrow vase. It's narrow and it's tall. We've filled it with ice cold water, and we've added our Chrysler Professional 3 because that's going to be wonderful for the gorgeous ranunculus that you're going to see. And so I love that these guys are taller. So I'm going to start with my taller ones first because I want to make a statement with them. I want these to make a statement. And I love that this narrow vase, I've had it for a long, long time. And I think I got it, if I'm not mistaken, from the people at BloomNet. It was one of theirs, their vases. And I've got 3 or 4 of them. And I love them because they are super easy to arrange in. I needed a little bit taller one. There we go. All right. So now I've got that. I'm going to fold this up. There, put it in the trash. Okay. And then we're going to use these. Now look at these. I mean, these are just a little bit shorter, but they have a whole bunch more character. And they're not as tall. And they're kind of draping over the side. And again, we're creating that structure down inside our vase that our flowers are going to fit into. And I think it's perfect, right? So as I'm arranging these, I'm just looking at the different little shapes and sizes of them. There's little ones like this. I want him to hang over the edge. Like that. There we go. Perfect. And again, I was very fortunate when I was a kid. My parents sent me to Japan to be formally trained in Ikebana. I went to the Ikenova School of Floral Design. And it was super beneficial because my parents felt that it was important that I was classically trained. And I think that that's true because I think it helped me learn more about floral design, and it learned more about why flowers go the way that they do and how they should be arranged and how they can work. And I think that's wonderful. So look at this guy. He wants to escape. He wants to run away. So there we go. Now, I'm going to use a couple more right down there. I'm going to save a couple, okay? So I got one, two, three left over here, all right? And then, are you ready? Because I know you are, because we all love beautiful, pretty flowers. That's one of the things that's just part about the world that I live in, is that there's always incredible flowers, whether it's a dahlia or a carnation or a rose or a zinnia. And today it's Sun Valley Ranunculus. Look at these babies. Aren't those gorgeous? That's just absolutely, really, really fun. They're just so pretty. And, you know, the quality, I think that that's something that I do love. And I have come to know that when I open a box like this from Sun Valley, the stuff inside it's going to be beautiful. It doesn't really matter what it is because they are dedicated to making sure that the flowers are always the most important thing. And there's a team of people there who are creating beautiful flowers all the time and making sure that there's beautiful flowers that go out. And it's just always fascinating if you ever have the opportunity. Last year we had the opportunity to go to Cal Flowers, their Fun and Sun convention, and one of our stops was at the Oxnard ranch for Sun Valley, and we got to tour the farm with Lane. And I'm just telling you that when you get to tour a flower farm with a person who is the owner, whose passion it is for those flowers, it's always extremely fascinating. That's one of the things. The Cal Flowers convention is coming up in 2021. All about the flowers. And that's the theme of their convention. And the name of their convention now is All About the Flowers. Now look at that. We're starting to put those in there. And you know what? Here's the question that people ask me all the time. How do you control those flowers and get them to go in the direction that you want them to go in? You don't. These flowers do their own thing. I mean, they're growing the way that they want to be grown and the direction. It's all been affected by the sun and where they were growing in Arcata and how that all works. And by placing them in this vase, they're going to do their own thing and they're going to have their own little way that they want to move and grow. And they're going to change too over the course of the next couple days as these little buds open up, because they will, because I'm using Chrysler Professional 3. I'm feeding the flower at the same time. So the buds are going to open up and they're going to be beautiful. So when I do that, these flowers are going to start to turn. They're going to fabricate themselves and go towards the light. They're going to find the light, find their place. They're going to face the sun. They're going to do all that. And that's what I love. I don't want to control them too much because I want this to be a naturalistic arrangement. I don't have a lot of other things involved here. I've just got these beautiful ranunculus and this amazing orange ilex, okay? And so I think these are just gorgeous. You know, I feel like I need one right there, right? And I saved this guy. Look at him. Wow. I did a presentation the other day for the holiday shows at Campbell's, and I talked about the focal area. And that's really what this is. This is the focal area of this bouquet. And so that's where that ranuncula goes down in there. And look at, I've got one more bud here. And look at that bud has a bud. So they're going to go in there together. And then I've still got I've got 3 pieces of my ilex left. And again, the reason that I wanted to add these now is I want to add them as topping. Okay, I talk about topping a lot because if I place things into an arrangement and I've got those ranunculus in there and they're all go on top of the ilex, then I need some ilex on top of them to be the pretty topping that goes along with them too. And this one needs to go right there. People ask me a lot too about making arrangements backwards, because I do make arrangements backwards, because that's how I mean, one of the things I actually learned was how to make an arrangement backwards, because it's facing you, so I want it to be pretty for you. This is kind of one-sided, so I would put it in a place in the house where it's not, the back's not going to be seen, but that's what it looks like, right? And it's just beautiful. I see something there. I want to just pull that little berry out of there. He was hanging in there. But now it's beautiful. And so I learned to visualize. And so I kind of know what this arrangement's going to look like. And as I'm making it, I'm thinking about the way you're viewing it on your side. And with practice, you can learn to make an arrangement backwards because you know where the things are going to fall. Typically, though, I still come around and I'm like, okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, because see, like this guy right here, I want him to come forward a little bit more. And I didn't want him to be covered up by a leaf. That's the little technical things that you look for at the very end when you're done. But the other thing I want you to remember is when we're putting these flowers in a vase, the person that we should please first is you, okay? The experience of placing these flowers in the vase has allowed me to release endorphins that calm me down, make me feel more relaxed. This is a form of relaxation for me to be able to make an arrangement for you and show you how to do that. I want you to experience that as well. It's part of the health and wellness benefits, because then when we place these arrangements in our homes, then that's going to make people feel less depressed. It's going to make people feel more creative. It's going to reduce arguments. There's so many different things that the flowers can do to help us feel better. And so I thank my friend Jenny for sending this to me. Not only can I share with you this kind of mellow yellow color of ilex berry and their beautiful ranunculus, but I can also share the health and wellness benefits with you as well. So I hope you loved this. We have one more arrangement in this series. So there's a part 1, which is the calla lilies, the xanthodacia with the bright orange that we did this arrangement. Okay. Then we have this one with the ranunculus. And our last one, we're going to use the bright orange ilex and use lilies to make a centerpiece for the table. Okay. So thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, keep having fun with flowers.